My op-ed today over at HartmannReport.com, and it was also published over at the New Republic, TNR.com or NewRepublic.com, I believe it is. In fact, let me just double check here real quickly. Yeah, NewRepublic.com. Yep. It's titled, "What's More Deadly, a New H5N1 Flu or the Republican Party?" And, we talked yesterday. We had Dr. Eric Feigl-Ding on yesterday. And if you didn't listen to that, if you didn't catch that segment, it was, I believe, in the third hour of the show. It was rather alarming. I mean, there's this bird flu out here that is killing birds. 83 million chickens have been destroyed as a result of it. It's one of the reasons egg prices are up. And it is now spreading from chickens to cows. And the reason why is because the big ag, these factory farms, they take the chicken, what's called chicken litter, or broiler litter, or laying hen litter, which is like the straw from underneath the chickens that's just filled with chicken feces and undigested grain and stuff like that, and straw, and they feed that to the cows as a source of protein, as a way of recycling waste so that they maximize their profits. This is, by the way, illegal in Canada and most other developed countries. But the big ag industry has enough money to bribe members of Congress and regulatory agencies, and so they've done that. So it's now in 1 out of 5 milk samples in the United States now has the virus for this flu. Now, where it's concerning, it mostly kills birds, although it has infected cats, dogs, even a dolphin. Bears having seizures as a result of it. But where it's concerning is that 880 some odd people, human beings around the world, have contracted this virus, all of them from birds, or almost all of them from birds. And more than half of them have died. This is a virus with a fatality rate of 52.5%. Now, the COVID, when it started out, had a fatality rate that was about 1.2%. Ebola, among healthy people in the first world, has a fatality rate of 25%. So here we've got a disease that's deadlier than Ebola when humans catch it. Now, so far, that's the bad news. The good news is that so far it has not been transmitted from person to person, with the exception of one single case. And in order to get to the point where it can be transmitted from person to person, the virus has to infect an animal. It could be a human, it could be a pig. Pigs are particularly notorious for this. This is what happened with the Spanish flu in 1918. There was a bird flu epidemic that started in 1916. And in 1918, it infected, they believe anyway, that it infected a herd of pigs in Kansas at a U.S. Army base. And when you've got, pigs can get regular human flu. So you had a pig with the flu, and the pig got the bird flu from bird droppings, into the pig's food or something like that. And boom, these two flu viruses exchanged DNA, and suddenly you've got H1N1, which was the Spanish flu, that had a fatality rate. Keep in mind, COVID was 1.2%. Spanish flu was 2.5%. So, that's concerning in and of itself. But then we get to what the Republicans are up to. This is the most bizarre thing. As Kaiser Family Foundation News reported last fall, public health, this is Kyle McGowan, consultant in this field. He says public health is being politicized to the point that we've never seen. These culture wars are now leaking into and harming public health. The Republicans have now proposed a 29% cut in our public health budget. 29%. This is from a press release by the GOP. The Labor, Health, and Human Services Education-Related Agencies bill provides $60.3 billion below the 2023 level and $73 billion below the president's budget request. In other words, the disease may not be as dangerous as the Republicans. And they're continuing. I mean, they're now going after the CDC. The Republicans in Congress just rolled out an additional new proposal that cuts fully 1/6 of the budget for the CDC. Why is this? Because Trump has been claiming that the reason why America has the highest death rate from COVID isn't because of his malice or incompetence around the pandemic, but because of Anthony Fauci and the CDC. Which is more dangerous, bird flu or the GOP? I ask you.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program. Call 202-808-9925.
The latest weird saga in the Kristi Noem story and your calls on the other side of this break. It's Anything Goes Friday.